Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? It's Ant coming to you live here from my home here in Dallas, Texas. I just wanted to come on here and drop off a couple of little tips here of something I was just reading out of the 10X book by Grant Cardone. So I just wanted to come on here and drop off some nuggets for you guys. But hey, I'm going to allow Facebook to let everybody know that I'm live. But also, as you're coming on in, feel free where you're tuning in from. What part of the country you're in, what part of the world. If you're catching a replay, let me know. Type in the comments, type in replay. Thank y'all so much for tuning on in. Today's topic is about the 4 degrees of action. The 4 degrees of action, which I believe we all, in every aspect of our life, are in this part of stage, some part of stage of this degree, and with the action towards it. So, hey, as you're coming on in, feel free, let me know where you're tuning in from. We're going to get kicked off here in just a second. So, today's topic is the 4 degrees of action. So, we're going to go ahead and get kicked off here. And like always, I love to pop it off with a question, you guys. So, the question today is, do you feel you taking the necessary actions in your life to, have success? Are you taking the necessary actions? Whatever it may be, whatever aspect of your life it is, ask yourself the question. You don't have to, like always, you don't have to get in the comments and tell me, the answers to your question there. To that question. Just go ahead and think about it. But just to let you know that in life, there is going to be no shortcuts. There's no shortcuts to whatever success you want in your life. You're going to have to become disciplined. You're going to have to become consistent and, persistent at those 3. To be honest, all 3 of those are probably the most determining factor, I should say, of pretty much that any area of your life that you're going to need. And then as I was reading this book, you guys, and it really hit me because I was telling a good friend of mine I was going to do it by action. But as I was reading this book today, the chapter, I always do 10 pages a day. I always tell everybody, just do 10 pages a day. I'm not a big reader like that. I'm not going to read a whole book in a day or anything like that. But I can do 10 pages a day, the consistent action. But as I was reading it, it talked about 4 degrees of action. And I was like, 4 degrees of action? I thought action was action, but he broke it down. Grant Cardone broke it down. And so he broke it down into these 4 degrees, y'all. And it was one, I'm going to name them all off, and then we're going to talk about them a little bit. Just kind of give you some examples on each level of action. But number 1 was do nothing. And people that do nothing, which was retreat, was number 2, the retreat type of action. Number 3 was a normal just the normal levels of action, what mostly you see most people doing. And then also the massive action, the extraordinary people that would do, that are doing just a little bit more. So the do nothing type of action, it's just kind of just basically how it says. It's like you're really not doing anything. You kind of just really just do a little bit lower than normal. You're no longer taking action to even try to learn something. Like it may be social media. I run across people so much like, oh no, I don't do social media. And when you get in to talk to them, they be like, why? Oh, I don't want to take the time to learn that anymore. See, it takes action to not even want to learn it. It takes action to complain about it. And so you start having those. You also start having that type of attitude. Let me see what else I wrote down. I just wanted to share. Oh, this is a big one. That it's also very interesting how the people that have the do nothing type of action always try to put it off. But I promise you, it's always another area in their life that they're actually going to spend most of their time spending massive action on. Whether it be, partying, whether it be reading books, whether it be doing makeup. It's something in their life that they may complain about and say that, they don't want to do this anymore. But then you have this type of action that you're going to go towards that isn't producing any results for you, isn't producing any income for you, isn't helping you grow to become the next person. Also, number 2 type of action, retreaters. The people that retreat. And this one, I caught myself with pretty much all these stages of action. I've caught myself in different areas of my life, but this retreater one, it was actually it actually hit as well, because we see so many people start to retreat in life and then say that, they're not retreating, or, it's just normal or whatever, hey, no, that's just the way they thought. They try to justify their responses. But the retreaters are the type people, well, they have this type of action that's like, hey, I need to go to the grocery store. And they get there and the parking lot's full. It's like, you know what? It's too busy. Oh, the retreaters are also the same people that will, what's another great example I could say here? Let me think about it here as it come to me. But then also the retreaters are also how we teach our kids for the most part. Hey, get down from there. Don't do that. That's hot. Well, what happens is, because as a kid doesn't know what's good or bad. All they know is go, 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 go. They nonstop, all action, do whatever it takes. I don't care if I hurt myself. I'm going to the limit. I'm doing everything I can. But as a parent, we trying to teach them to, hey, not do this, not do that, which is fine, because that's what we're supposed to do as parents, as aunts, uncles. That's what we're supposed to do. But then it's to the point where it also starts to hurt us as we start to get older. As we start to get older, we start retreating on different things. Well, I don't, well, hey, I catch myself saying things like, hey, well, I don't do politics, so I don't even take the time to vote. Or I don't do this, well, I'm not going to do this. We start pulling ourselves back from those type of things. And then the number 3 level is the normal levels of action, which you see mostly everybody. And like he presented in the book, was like the normal class, which appears on the surface to be taking the necessary actions and to be normal. That's what it appears on the surface. It appears to everybody else, hey, they doing everything they're doing right, and that's how you get to it. This level he presented it created the middle class, which is to him, like the way he presented, which was the most dangerous. Why? Because on the surface, it make it seem like everything is perfect. That average is being okay. That average is being all right. In actuality, if in your mind and in your body you feel that you can give more, then why are you just selling for average? Why are you just selling for that? If you can go to the top of whatever company it is, whatever job you're at, if you can go to the top of whatever business you got going, if you can become the best seller, author out there, if you can make the varsity team on your basketball team or football team, track, whatever, if you feel you can give more potential, if you have more potential in yourself, I should say, and you're only giving a certain amount just to get by, then you're living at the average. That's the normal level of action. And you're just going to get the normal results. So you can't expect to have all these big things in your life and you only want to give the average. And then number 4, the massive action, which he said, like he stated in the book, and it actually hit home because this was something when I think back to when I had success in my business, it was the massive action. It was the things I was willing to give up to do to make sure I accomplished that. But when you start looking at successful people, most of them, like, RIP to Kobe Bryant, who just passed away, but when you watch his videos of how he practiced, it was intense. He gave it all he had every single day. Even on game day, he's still in the gym practices for hours before the game. He gave everything to his craft to become the best he could be. And that's just like everybody else great that we know of. LeBron James, the Tom Brady's, the Von Millers, anybody that's successful at whatever they do, the Steve Jobs, the Mark Zuckerbergs, the Steve Harveys, if you watch their videos and watch how they talk and read their books, if they have books out, they all talk about how it took extra time, extra practice, extra work. It took sleeping less. It took all these different type things to become successful. And that's where you got to get to. If you want more out of life, if you just want the normal, just do the normal. But I believe if you can fall asleep at night and know you still have more energy, if you have all these great ideas in your head and that you want to get them accomplished, sometimes you're going to have to go through those 100 people to tell you no, they don't want to buy your product. No, they won't. they won't put your book on the shelf. No, they won't they won't write an article about you. No, you're not gonna get that raise. You're gonna have to go through all these different type things in your life. No, you're not good enough to make varsity. But if you believe you are, you can. Michael Jordan didn't make the varsity team until his senior year. They give you a prime example, one of the greatest to ever do it. So, it's an example to you. He was always told, no, you're not good enough. No, you're not good enough. No, you're not good enough. And me and a good friend of mine, like a brother to me, were watching a video of him I think that was yesterday or 2 days ago. We was like, wow, he just did, wow. He was doing stuff that you could only imagine. But see, that's where you got to get to. You got to be willing to take that no. Be willing to get rejected. Be willing to be talked about. Be willing to be pointed fingers at. Be willing to not be accepted. And still put the actions. You know what we talked about in the video a while ago, the confidence was with the action. The way to build the confidence up is to keep taking action. Michael Jordan kept shooting free throws. Oh, hold on. I received the call. He kept doing everything possible to become the best he can do. And that's how you got to approach life every single day. Approach life every single... Hold on. Phones keep ringing. But approach life every single day. I forgot where I was. Man. But back to like I mentioned at the very beginning. Constant, persistent, in the midst attack every single day with your actions. And approach every day like your life depended on your actions. So if your life depended on your actions every single day, how would you feel about that? That's what I meant to come about. But hey, that's all I have for y'all. I hope y'all got value from this. And if you did, in the comments, type in value. Also, if you have a friend or family member that could, get something from this, feel free to share it with them. Share the YouTube link, the Facebook link, whichever one it is. Hey, I appreciate all y'all for all the comments, the likes, and the shares. Thank y'all so much. Peace out. I'll see y'all tomorrow.